All right, I'm here with Titi Bello, founder and head designer of Titi Bello. We're going to find out how she has fueled her hustle. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for
I
having me.
read that you studied architecture.
Yes, I did, actually.
Was that, what was the plan when you were going to study architecture?
I really wanted to study fashion design, but like I said, fashion school in the UK was expensive, so I just needed like the closest thing to fashion. And I was good with technical drawing in secondary school, so okay, let's do architecture.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
You had some design in it anyway.
Yes, exactly. It had some design in it, so yeah.
So you always knew you were going to be in the fashion business?
Yes, always.
Oh, interesting.
Always.
What was it about fashion that attracted you?
Well, I feel like it's the only thing that I can do and do well and make money from. Yeah, so basically. And I wanted to dress women in like the right way, the proper way. I've seen like a lot of women, like power women, emerging industry leaders, and I'm like, okay, I think I can do this better, I think I can do that better. Just a couple of things. You don't have to look like so serious, you can still look like glamorous and at the same time taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've read a lot of places that Nigerian women are some of the most fashionable in the world, you know.
Yes,
so coming from a country like this, you know, where fashion is a big deal, and it looks like a lot of people are getting it right, quote unquote, which is why they would have that label. What did you see that made you feel like, okay, this is not being done right? What was it about the industry that you felt you could still add to it?
Okay, for my niche, I feel like there weren't a lot of people that were catering to that. Like now, my label, we don't do we do just our designs, and then we don't do like a lot of ashwabi, traditional and all of that. And I spoke with a couple of people, and most women needed like garments they could wear to work that didn't look like the regular skirt suits, that something fitted, something nice, something that had like a very
weather
nice
compliant
design.
in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. And a very nice design, something that spoke power, like when you wear it and you enter the boardroom, everybody turns their heads and they want to listen to what you have to say. At least I know that most of my clients have had like that experience wearing most of our pieces. They know that they say it gives them that strength, and at the same time they feel beautiful. So it's a balance of both.
So how then did you get into the industry? Because I mean, you studied architecture. Even if you had the intentions, there must still have been an inroad. So how did it happen?
Okay, yeah. So immediately after uni, I went for NYSC. I was posted at the Ministry of Works in Abeokuta, but I just knew no.
Well, you studied architecture, so
exactly. So I wasn't doing much there. Then I remember then. So I went on the internet and I googled, okay, fashion stylist to work with in Lagos, and then someone came up and I sent an email and they replied like almost immediately.
Oh, wow.
I came to Lagos, went for an interview, it was fantastic, and I started working as an intern then. So I think I worked there for about a year and 4 months. Then after that, I worked with the production team that organizes Music Meets Runway. I did that for a year. Then I released my first collection in 2013. Then all this while I've been applying for Lagos Fashion Design with Young Designer, but I never get in. So I applied in 2014 again, and I got in, and that was when I entered like the industry proper.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were patient enough, because that story for me is very important, because we get a lot of people, get accused a lot in this generation of, you know, wanting things very quickly.
Fast, yes.
I mean, could that have been possible if you didn't necessarily go through that
No, I needed to go through all that. I'm someone who likes experience. If there are funds, things can go a bit faster, but at the same time, the experience is very much needed, which was why I had to like serve for a while, just know how things are done, just don't rush into it and all of that. And I would say that I was very happy, even though sometimes I felt like I started late, but at the same time, I'm still happy for the time that I started, the opportunities. At least I know that because like I got things like when I was older, I was able to manage stuff properly and all.
Yeah. You know, something you said in the video there which caught my attention was how much you used technology, you know, the Google app to sort of make yourself better, because I mean, you said fashion school was too expensive.
Yes.
So you had to study something else. But technology helped you, quote unquote, fuel your hustle. At what point did you know that, okay, I needed to, besides this internship I'm learning, was it a constant thing where you would go online, you know, go on the Google app and you know, just educate yourself? Yes,
it is a constant thing, because I'm like, even when I want to design like a new collection for like the new season and all of that, I have to go online, Google, or use the Google app, Google Trends, colors, because they're like all these different things for every year. You just don't design something out of designing. There's like a fashion calendar that we're following. So I need to Google that. Then also patterns for my designs as well, because like I said, there's no formal training in fashion design, but the architecture still helped in me like designing and making my patterns. And anything that is too complicated, I know that yes, I have to call a professional. And even the professional that I found that I work with today, I found him on Google as well. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about fashion patterns there and fashion trends. It would almost feel like, you know, this global trend, how do they apply to Nigeria? So my question basically is, okay, if you Google this, if you go on Google and or the Google app and try to find out these things, how do you localize it, you know, to make sure that, okay, these things are also like as Nigerian as they should be?
Okay, so I was going to say that as well. So because like the trend is like maybe purple and like the trend is like a certain skirt, like especially for your weather and all of that, it doesn't mean that you have to like copy and paste the entire thing. You have to design it in a way that it still like works for your client, importantly, and to your climate, your audience. Yes, so you just have to like filter it down to work for you, not that you just like take it. And even designers abroad, they do the same thing as well. The trends are just like a guide. They are not something that you definitely have to follow. Most times, like, you don't even follow the trends at all, but just to have an idea of what is trending for that season. So we design in line to it, not like following it like word for word.
Because people tend to think of, you know, when anything online is not local enough, you know, and I always thought, I'm like, you can actually find anything that's relevant to whatever it is you're trying to achieve. But I want to talk about 2014 now, where you had your first runway show, the Lagos Fashion and Design Week, you know, your first time. And I know, I mean, I've been behind the scenes of runway shows, and I know how hectic it can be. Take us through planning it, you know, and just showcasing for the first time to such an audience.
Okay, yeah, so it wasn't so bad because like the previous year I had worked with Music Meets Runway, like the Icons edition. So like I had like knowledge on how to do that. And previously I'd worked with designers who had done fashion shows. But for my own show, definitely it was different. So like after doing the designs, the fittings, and we walked in backstage and we saw like, it was like chaos. I was so nervous, I wouldn't lie. Like I was so nervous because, you know, at the same time it was like a competition. So everybody was just trying their like possible best to stand out. And I remember that, yes, we actually did stand out because for that collection I used like leather. Yes, I used leather and lace, and it actually came out very nice, and we stood out like for that year. So yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Something I've always wanted to ask, and I always ask fashion designers whenever I see them, is, I mean, globally we tend to have, you know, autumn, spring, winter, spring, summer, autumn, winter, right? You know, why do we have that here? We don't have those seasons here. Is it sort of the need to be able to sell globally, or I mean, why don't we localize our runway shows a little more? I mean, we pretty much have one season, let's be honest, with some rain in between. So how do we? Is it possible to localize our seasons more?
Well, not all designers actually follow that. I know like a couple of designers in Nigeria who do like there's Maxi, for instance, who does like the wet and dry season. So not everybody follows the spring, summer. We, for instance, we just do one collection per year, and we don't even name it anything. It's just 2019 collection, 2018 collection. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think some people do that because like so that they can follow like the international calendar, because they are selling to these people. They are doing their shows at these locations. Not necessarily to the Nigerian market.
Do you feel the pressure to be more global than local?
Definitely, that's the end goal. To be very honest, that's the end goal. Yes, to be more global, but also to have like a bit of where we are coming from, to have like a bit of Africa in us. Just not that we just go there and like become all white or something. Just like, yes.
Yeah. Let's talk misconceptions now, because I mean, you liked fashion, you were looking at it from the outside. What were some of the misconceptions you had before getting into the industry that you came in and were like, oh, this isn't that, you know?
Well, fashion was glamorous. I got into there. It's a lot of hard work, a lot. Most of the time, I don't even look like this, to be very honest. It's a lot of hard work. So, yeah, so I think that's like the only misconception that I had. That, okay, yes, it's all glitz and glam. Oh, there's always fashion week. Oh, designers have to look perfect. Oh, this one. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah. It's not so much fun. But if it's something that you love doing, you don't mind. Yeah. Really.
Why does this seem like retail is very tough to pull off in Nigeria? I mean, a lot of the big name designers, you guys seem to do a lot of, you know, tailor-made or, you know, bespoke tailoring. Why does it seem very difficult to have that retail mass as we have abroad, you know, where you can walk into a store and pick up a ready-to-wear outfit? Why is it that hard here?
Okay, and for us, we don't even do like bespoke.
Okay.
We don't do like custom designs. We have like our list of designs, so you just have to pick one from there and we produce for you. But yeah, I wouldn't say it is so difficult, but it's a lot of things really. It's the cost of production, you know, the situation with Nigeria, power, labor, and all of that. So sometimes to even have multiple stores, it's not easy. And again, too, a lot of people usually do not know like their target audience, what they like, what they can afford. Because most times we do like all these very nice pieces, and people would just like and they would comment, but they are not buying. So I think that's like the main thing that people have to learn.
Okay.
Like what's your target audience likes, what they can afford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just very quickly on a final note, advice to people who want to venture into fashion, using the Google app to fuel their hustle. What sort of things should they be looking out for?
Yeah, basically just like the same the same journey that I went through as well, because like I said, Google helped me like to this extent in a way. But I would advise like new designers to learn under people first, just to gain like as much experience as possible before like they start their own labels or brands and all of that.
Thank you very much, Titi Bello. Good luck with everything. Continue to fuel your hustle and all the best for the future. And like I always say, if you want to join the conversation, please use the hashtag fuel your hustle and share with us how the Google app has helped you do that.
Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's